Hello friends, we are discussion on the topic of origin of the state. The many theories which are concerned with the origin of the state, they are the theory of divine origin, force theory, matriarchal and patriarchal theory, social contract theory, and last evolutionary theory. Now we discussion on the first theory, divine origin theory of the state. The theory of the divine origin is the oldest among all theories of origin of the state. According to MacIver, the magic man was priest and the king. In the Old Testament Mahabharata, God appointed Manu to rule over the people as per their request and God to protect them. James first, in his work The Law of Free Monarchies, the king are justly called God, for they exercise a divine power on earth. According to theory, the state is established by God. God may rule the state directly or indirectly through their representative, it means ruler, who was an agent of God. In the Mahabharata, there was anarchy in primitive society and the people prayed to God to save us. People says that without a chief, O Lord, we are pressing, give us a chief, whom we shall worship and who will protect us. The following points are important to doctrine of the divine origin theory. They are: number 1, God established the state; number 2, God appointed the king; and number 3, the king is responsible to God alone. Point number 1, God established the state. As per the theory of divine origin, said that the state is created by God. According to this theory, the state is established by God. God may rule the state on earth. The God has created human beings on the earth. It means that God has also created the state. Point number 2, God appointed the king. God may rule the state directly or indirectly through their representatives, it means ruler kings, who was an agent of God, and king rule over people. In the Mahabharata, there was anarchy in primitive society and the people prayed to God to save us. They said that without a chief, O Lord, we are pressing, give us a chief whom we shall worship and who will protect us. Point number 3, the king is responsible to God alone. Kings are responsible and accountable to God only. The people cannot raise any question against king when he was right or wrong. It means that kings are shadow of the God on the earth. There was no right to revolt against king. If people revolt against the king, it means revolt against the God, that is sin. Criticism: the theory of divine origin was popularly in old time but further to decline on many factors and defects and criticism. Today no longer accepted the divine origin theory. The theory of social contract on the basis of consent. Social contract was a great deadlock to the theory of divine origin. It was mentioned that state was created by individuals through a contract and not by God. The separation of church from the state was one of the factors is responsible for the decline of the theory of the origin of the state. The theory is dangerous because the unlimited and arbitrary power exercised by the kings The theory of divine origin of the state advocated only on monarchical form of the government. The monarchical form of the government is practically disappearing from the world. No wonder the theory of divine origin also does not find its supporters in modern times. This theory has supporters only among the religious people. It has been nullified for being unhistorical, irrational, and unscientific. This theory has supporters only among the religious people. It has been nullified for being unhistorical, irrational, and unscientific. This is the one of the oldest theory among the origin of the state. Thank you.